Oh, I can't shake this feeling deep inside of me. Depression. I am mentally ill. Don't worry, I keep it light about half the time because I'm bipolar. And I don't know if you've heard this, but it is not just an imaginary bed of roses being mentally ill. There are a few things that are difficult, dating for example, because when do you tell the person? So like sex, do you wait for the third date, or do I go up to a woman and go, hey, can I buy you a drink? I'm bipolar, you can get it to go. It's also difficult growing up because I grew up in the Midwest and I was depressed in the Midwest, dear Abby, but the ham was appropriate. So, but it was difficult because not because of the toxic masculinity or social stigma, no, but because of the vernacular. Because I still have thoughts like, boy, howdy, I want to kill myself. Golly gee whiz, there's just a hole in my soul that I can never fill. Oh yeah, Norm, get a bunch of Percodan, run about and just sort of hope. Norm gets me. But it's also difficult having anxiety and depression at the same time, because on the one hand you have the depression that goes, I just want to die. And on the other hand you have anxiety that goes, but what if you do? But it's kind of, there are upsides. Like I have ADHD, if that wasn't clear, but having ADHD is kind of fun because it's like being part of the most disorganized army unit that has ever existed, because it's just like, I don't know what I've been told, I don't know what I've been told. I don't know what I've been told, I don't know what I've been told. Who was right, who could say, I wasn't listening anyway, so. But I do get anxious. I was at work and I was anxious and my brain was just like, it's like, okay babe, what's going on? So I call myself babe in my head. I do, because I've done CBT, which isn't the kink you're thinking of, though there is a kink called CBT. Do not look it up, look it up, do not look it up, look it up, do not. Is that Waldorf? So anyway, I've done CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, cock and ball torture, cognitive behavioral therapy, in which you learn to treat yourself like a friend you like. So if you're a good friend of mine, I'm going to call you babe, or boss, or sweetheart when I want to be condescending. So like, hey babe, what's going on? I don't think you realize how difficult this job is. What do you mean? It was like, well, you have to remember what people want to eat, and then write it down. And then what happened to the days where you used to have a meal around a table and we called it supper instead of dinner? When did we start calling it dinner instead of supper? And what happened to the America I grew up with? It's like, okay, let's not project your personal problems onto the American public. We already got a guy for that. Literally every guy does that. I am doing it now and we call it art, but when a woman does it we call it a trick, and I never much did care for that. But that's Annie Oakley about gunplay, but it's also applicable stand-up comedy, so it's like, okay boss, it's gonna be alright, this moment, it's not gonna last forever. Well, that's not true. Well, what do you mean? Well, if you think about it, we can only experience one moment at a time, so life is just a series of moments, actually just one long moment, so the only moment that actually matters is the moment before you die, and here's the kicker, you don't know when that one is. And even then, maybe we go into the fourth dimension. We realize that time does not really apply to us once we pass on. And I know what you're thinking. If time no longer applies to us once we're passed on, where are all the ghosts that should already exist? I know. That's what you're thinking. Where are all the ghosts, Tristan? Where are all the ghosts? And I'll tell you, they're haunting your bodies. We're just a bunch of ghosts haunting bodies, and we have the audacity to yell at each other in a Starbucks line. Sorry, I got weird. Got really weird. Even Descartes would have been like, that is too much. It's good and nice. It's nice that you're an educated group. Sometimes I'm like, what does that mean? But anyway, I got a mind like a platypus. You look at it and you go, it functions, but why'd God do it that way? Well, that's not true. There's no God. Maybe, who can say? Only one way to find out. Don't do that. So, it's a slippery slope, though, people. It is a slippery slope calling yourself babe, chichi, mongo, sweetheart, gonacello. That's a new one. So, because at what point does it just become, well, what's the matter, precious? Oh, the sun's not going very well, no. Oh, what to do? I know. We will go to an open mic. Yes, and we'll work
workshop a few concepts, and if we don't love them, then fuck them. Fuck them.
Thank you, that has been my time. I am Tristan Miller. I always will be. You've been kind and attentive. Thank you.